All right, ladies, I have all of my things out that I need to get started for our Life Documented Friends album. So let's just kind of go through what you're going to need and to get ready for. So I opened up my bag of goodies. I've got everything up here. We're going to start actually with these chipboards, but let's just kind of go through what we have and what you need to do. So all of your paper products, you need to open and ink them, okay? When you open this, do not throw away, oops, wrong way. Do not throw away this front cover. I'm actually using a section of this on the back of the album, so keep this, but you will open up and start inking the insides of these. Simple Stories, when I saw this collection was coming in, I was super excited because it was just so beautiful. They did such a nice job. So your bits and pieces, your floral bits, your ephemera, all of those need to be inked. This right here has a bit of sheen to it, like a regular sticker, so I don't normally ink these. You can if you want to, but it's not something that I do. For your album, we're going to open this up. We're going to ink all of the pages inside. And then you have 4 sheets of just computer laser paper. We're going to work on this later once we start doing our photos. So this is not scrap paper for you. We are using it. Don't do anything with it so that you have it. Let me get rid of some of this stuff because there are so many pieces. The one thing you're not seeing here, because I haven't gone to the store today, is the crystals. So there will be a pack of crystals. There is some black floss in there that we're going to be using on the album. So don't, lose or get rid of that. And then we're inking today with Vintage Photo. You're going to need anywhere from 9 to 10 sheets of white cardstock to do all of the photos. So for these photos, there is 43 4x6s and there are 16 3x4s. So go ahead and grab your white paper, get them cut, and go ahead and ink them because we're going to be taking care of these right away in the beginning. So you're going to want these done. We have Pop Dots, of course, the Nuvo glue. And I really love the holder of the Nuvo glue. And then also one of the things that I'm using now too is if I can get it off. My cap seemed to be stuck. Oh my gosh, I have the strength of a small child. So let's just get this thing going. So the Nuvo glue has come out with a new tip that I'm a little obsessed with. So on the smaller version of the glue, the metal tip just fits right on top of it. And then you put the cap on. Inside the cap is a little pin, so it always keeps it clear and no blockage in there. And it's a really, 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 really fine tip. So it's a very small amount of glue that goes on. And that's really nice for our small details, especially for like the chipboard with the letters and things like that. Just a really small line of glue, which you'll see me using. I like to keep mine in the holder so the glue is always at the bottom of it. So that's really nice. Now, Nuvo has come out with a large size glue. And the large size glue, if you have this and you're switching to it, the tip does not just screw on. This new tip that's on here, this piece, you actually have to pop it off and then put the tip on and screw it on. So you'll see that depending on what size you have, but it's really nice how little glue comes out. So let me set that aside. Adhesive. The whole album is going to be used with pink adhesive, Pop Dots, and the Nuvo glue. So that's what you're going to need for that. We're not doing any interactive pages that call for more of a stronger adhesive. So that's, it's a simple album to put together. Make sure you got your scissors, your zig writer, and also your tool for doing the gems. We have these little black trays that are coming in that hold the gems, so I'm super excited about that. They haven't arrived yet, but I have a wonderful customer, Donna Goris, who gave me this, and the gems just drop in there, and then when I'm done, I just unscrew this, and I dump them back into the bag, whatever is left. So we're getting pretty much exactly the same thing that will be coming into the store, but this is a great way to hold the small gems that I like to use, and the Woodcraft tool for picking them up and setting them down. None of that stuff is really a must have. Oh, definitely, you know, if you're going to be inking vintage photo, I already said using the Nuvo Dauber is one of my favorites because it gives it a much softer edge when you're doing it instead of using the pad. So some sort of finger dauber I think is pretty important now. We will be using mermaid tail as our glitter when we get to that point. And for the chipboard, I'm actually covering them in two different colors. I've got Pink Thistle Opal Polish and I have Light Purple Kiss. And for applying it onto the applicator, I like to use the palette knife. So if you have a palette knife, that's great. We'll be using that. A trimmer. Anytime you're scrapbooking, you need a really good trimmer. So make sure you have that out and you have a great blade. And then last but not least is going to be our circle template. We are going to be using that in conjunction with the Zig Writer. Oh, and one of the things I don't have sitting here, oops, so sorry, is going to be a 2-inch and a 1.5 inch circle punch. So I'll get those out when we get started, but you are going to need some punches, okay? So from there, what we're going to do is we're going to get that chipboard started. All right, so I quickly grabbed my circle punches. So again, I just want to confirm it's the 2-inch and the 1.5 inch that we're going to be using. And we're going to be punching out some of the paper for this. Make sure you have those available for you to use. And I want everybody to grab just a scrap piece of paper, something ugly that you're never going to use, but you bought anyways. And we're going to get started by doing our gilding polishes. So the 2 pieces of chipboard that you have in your kit is going to be the Friends one, and it's going to be the open leaves. Now, if there is some of the little pieces inside here, go ahead and pop those out. If you want to keep them in, that's up to you, but I did not in the album. And we're going to cover all of these right now with the Pink Thistle. So open that up. Now, if you're familiar with using the gilding polishes, great. You have heard me many times tell you that you have to maintain your gilding polishes, otherwise they will dry out. Every single time you open this gilding polish, it needs water added, and I am not joking. If you do not add the water, it'll get hard as a rock or very thick, and then you're gonna have to add water and wait for it to kind of revive itself. Now, when you're applying this, you can dip the sponge right into the gilding polish. I do not recommend that. I like using the palette knife and then pushing it in and then taking off all the excess. Now, the Pink Thistle is an opal polish. It will need a couple coats. And we're probably going to do 4 just to be safe. And, you know, you can see how when I apply it, it's darker here than it is there. So I'm going to reload my sponge. Get that on there nice. Push it in and then pull off all the excess. I mean, I am really pulling it off. The reason that you're doing that, if you don't pull off the excess, it's going to get into these creases. And then it just doesn't look as nice. And then with this, you shouldn't need to like wait for it to set up or dry. Depending on how much you're doing, like if you're doing a single word or a single piece of chipboard, you might want to wait a second or 2 or a minute just to make sure it's not very wet. But you just kind of keep going and then reloading your sponge. When you're working with the pieces like the words in these leaves, the edges are pretty delicate, so I like to keep them in my chipboard square and not punch them out. You can punch them out, but then it's a lot harder to actually do. So I really recommend that you keep them in here. And if you're gonna do this the night before or a couple days before, so you go into a crop and you don't want to tote your gilding polishes, make sure you release these. So what do I mean by release? So if you have too much gilding polish on this edge, it's going to stick into those little tiny cuts and it's going to be like a glue. So if you just give it a little release where you bend the edges, it really helps so that that doesn't happen. But for today, I'm just going to, you know, do this, and then we're going to jump right into actually putting the album together. So as soon as I get these done, I'm going to punch them right out so they don't have time to dry in my chipboard square. I gotta take my glasses off. I'm getting old. I need bifocals. And that's like 3 coats right there. That is plenty. Those look really good. Rule of thumb, if you hold it right next to the chipboard, if it looks exactly like it does here, there, for this type of polish, then you're done. If it does not, give it another coat just to be safe. And make sure you have everything covered. So I'm going to set that aside, work on my words. Now for the gilding polish, I don't think I said, like, the consistency of it for most of it is like the consistency of sour cream. Anything thinner than that, it is too thin unless it's a chalk. The chalks are a totally different kind of gilding polish, and they are very, very thin. They're almost like, you know, the consistency of watery Jello. They work great, but they are different. But for your kisses, for your regular gilding polishes and things like that, consistency of sour cream is what you're looking for. Now that's done too, so we're going to pull that one back in. Right now, if I was finished with this gilding polish, I would add like a little tablespoon of water, and I like to use my droppers. You guys know that come with my palette. If you're finished with this one, go wash the sponge, wash off your palette knife. For me, I'm just going to clean it right here so that I don't have to stop the video and go to the sink. But you do not want this to dry. If it dries, you have ruined it. And let's go ahead and punch out all of these. Now, I said the word punch out, and that is just a bad word. I should not have said that, because you do not want to punch out these words. If it's falling apart like this, that's great, but a lot of them don't. They're in there, they're very tight. Like, this is considered a negative piece. These are your positive pieces that you want. So that's just popping out, and I can pull it away. Otherwise, never push these through. Your positive pieces should never be pushed or pulled. They should be cut away wherever it's connected. When you have gilding polish, knowing where it's connected is a little bit more tricky. You can always turn it over and you can see, like, oh, it's connected there, it's connected here, so on and so forth. So I always cut away at the negative piece, never the positive, and then punch, you know, pull them out, because they are very, very delicate. Chipboard, all it is compressed paper. So if you try to push the chipboard through with this type of delicacy, it could just mangle the word or break it. You don't want to do either one of those things. So just clip away at some of the pieces until you can just pop them through. And I can see where it's connected there. I'm going to cut this side by the S. So this should just, you know, they should just quickly, easily fall away. And I've got that I've got to punch through. Oops. I'm connected here. And voila, it just falls right out. All right, so the words are good. Because we're going to be doing a two-tone technique, I'm going to release this a little bit and do exactly the same thing. Just kind of cut away. Until I see that they're not connected anymore. And they pop out. everybody knows I love working with chipboard. Well, partly because it's something we make and design. Some of the designs are purchased from like your silhouette, and we purchase the commercial rights to them so that we can sell them to everybody. And they're just a nice way to add stuff to your layouts. Oh, look, I have a problem right here where it didn't cut all the way. All right, quality control for me. I didn't notice that. So I'm just going to cut it and use this one because we've already started. So I'm just cutting away all my negative pieces, and then I need to follow that edge. A lot of these are cut apart, but this should definitely not be like this. So if yours is, not a big deal, we'll replace it. But I know for what I'm doing in this album, it'll be fine, okay? Chipboard, since it's paper, you know, different times of seasons, it can warp in the machine, and I don't always catch the bad spots because that looked perfect to me when I pulled it out. So everything just starts kind of falling away. That's exactly what we want it to do. We don't want to distort the shape of the thing we want when we're finished. All right, so now we're going to start with the light purple kiss. So let's open that up. Now, if you do have these and it's all dry and hard as a rock, please do not throw it away. I promise you it will revive itself. It's pretty incredible as long as you add enough water and give it enough time to do that. So do not throw anything away. Now, the open leaves, I'm not going to be putting any of the darker purple on, but all of these guys and the words I am. We're doing a little bit of a two-toned effect. So let's load that sponge up the same exact way. And less is best. Doing coats is the way you want to go. You do not want to do a thick, clunky thing. So I'm just doing the edges of the leaves. And yes, the very first coats, they look kind of sketchy, not so great. Turning my sponge so that, you know, I'm making sure I'm getting where there is a lot of the gilding polish each time. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the words. I'm doing a two-tone look for this. Sometimes I like to call it like a waterfall effect. That's more with the glitter glue. But I'm going to do the bottom section of each one of the words. So just turn them sideways and do like the bottom half. If you do too much, you can always go back over with the thistle and cover up the glitter. And in order to do this two-tone look, you got to take them out of the chipboard pieces. Those squares that they come in, it's just easier and you get more control. And with the the gilding polish kiss, every time you add a coat, it's going to start adhering to itself and getting darker and darker. Make sure, like, I'm turning my sponge so I'm getting where I haven't, you know, kind of hit the chipboard. But always add, if you feel like it's not enough coming on, just add another coat, but take off as much as you possibly can. And you see me rotating my sponge, not just using the same edge. And I'm pretty excited about this album. You know, I travel a lot with friends. I've never done a friends album before. We've done travel, family, you know, wedding, Disney, that kind of thing, but not just, you know, friends type thing. So this is just a great little album. Now, I've had a couple people be like, oh, I really love the look of it. It would be good for a vacation. Okay, well, look at, you have 4 words that say friendship. Take them out. Get yourself a little chipboard that says, you know, has at least 4 words of something that says travel, and you can change that to whatever you want it to be. And these are almost done, so we're doing like coat number 3. When I use the kisses, I like to at least do 4 coats. So I've got it covered really, really well. You know, by the time I'm done with these, I want that real bottom edge of these words to not see any of that pink thistle. I only want to see the glitter, light purple kiss glitter. And it's got like a variegated look in the center because it, you know, leads up to it. I'm going to do them one more time and be done with the words. Great. I mean, look at that. That's so awesome. I just love how it's dark on the bottom, the lighter on the top. All right, let's finish up our leaves. I have no idea what's in this stuff, but it has some sort of bonding agent where it likes to stick to itself. So as you do a few coats, you really can tell like it's getting layers of that glitter and becoming very solid. That one's done. Good there. Nice. When you don't see any more coming on, just make sure you apply more to the sponge. But be patient, don't apply too much. All right, so that's gonna be good. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna clean up my tools and then we will come back and talk about what step is next. So I really want to be clear about how much water I add to these gilding polishes. These are the same ones that I was just using. I'm going to open them back up because I'm done now. We were not going to use any more of the gilding polish. And I just want to, I always have a shot glass with me with water and one of the daubers that come with the palette. and I just kind of fill that up the best that I can, and I put in one little dropper of water if that seems like it's enough. The consistency of these is already very good, so we don't need a lot of water. If they were a lot drier, I might add more. And then I just put the tops back on, make sure I've got the right top, and I put them away. That's it. I don't mix, I don't do anything. Might need a little mixing when I open it back up, but I might not use those little guys again for a year or so. So, you know, I want to make sure that they're stored away, or I might use them tomorrow doing these. It just depends on what I'm working on. So this stuff is good. It's pretty much dry, and I'm just gonna set it aside until we're at that point where we're using it. And I'm gonna hope one of these cats don't jump up and, you know, cause mayhem. So at this point, make sure you open up these packages and ink them. I didn't use any of the hearts, but pretty much ink all the other pieces. We're not using everything, but we're using so much of it that it's just easier to kind of ink everything. And then I want you to open up your 6x8 pad of paper. And again, I told you this top piece, oh, sorry about hitting the camera. We're gonna be using this. So the first thing that we're gonna do is take off that top piece and we're gonna cut all the, you know, the skew and all that kind of stuff off. So put it on your trimmer, cut off the skew, and then also we're gonna cut off this part that says Simple Stories, and this is what we're going to be using. I did ink this, so let's pull out. If you've gone through and inked a lot of your stuff already, let's just kind of ink this so it has a little brown edge. It doesn't necessarily stick great, but I still did it. And inking should be fast, simple. This isn't something you should be like applying coats. You're just giving it a little bit of a dark edge, so when we put it all together, it's good. Throw this away, we don't need it. And set that other piece aside. Now, opening up our paper packet, there's a lot that we're gonna be using. And we're just gonna go through, and we're going to just kind of peel off each piece until we've got them all out. This is one of the packs where it's 2 of everything. So we'll get to the point where it shows that. And see, here's where we start over. It's just so, it's just a beautiful collection that Simple Stories did. Now, this is my design, this album, so of course it doesn't come with paper instructions. If it was Simple Stories design, it would come with paper instructions and we would edit it a little bit here and there, but we don't do that because it's their design. I didn't use this piece for anything, so you can hang on to it for scrap or just throw it away. Now, looking at our paper packs, each one of these, not each one of each one, we're gonna cut apart. So let's pull that trimmer out again and get them cut. These little 3x4 cards. Now, I love this trimmer because of the metal edge that it has, and it shows me exactly where it's cutting. So with this type of thing, I don't measure, I just cut where the design starts and stops. Unfortunately, Fiskars has discontinued this trimmer, so if you have one, ooh, you are doing good. If you do not, you know, it is what it is, and they're gonna probably come up with a different design. My trimmer, everything is sticking. Okay. So those 8 cards that you just cut apart, you can ink. So that'll need to be done. We're gonna ink this green side. I use one of these. I use this, that, this one, this one, this one, Let's see what's on the other side. Now this right here, I'm actually cutting my circles out of. So it's got the black and flowers with the dots, and then it has the words on the other side. Set that over here because we're going to be cutting our circles out of it. I didn't use the butterfly side. I used this. One of these I used. And now I'm going to turn these over because I don't use those sides. I use this. I didn't use any of the white butterflies. This one right here, I believe I cut, but I'm still going to ink it. One side here. We don't do two of these, we only do one. So I use this side, that, both of these. We've already got one of these, so I use this side. And two of those. This is circles, that's that black piece, and the camera. I only use one side, and then I use a blue. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna start inking mine. As soon as I have that done, we'll talk about cutting the circles. So let me get that, you get yours, and we'll continue as soon as we have it all inked. So now we have our pieces for the 6x8 pad should be inked. So that should be the cover. That should be your 3x4s, and then the pages that are inside that book. So once you have that all inked and ready to go, you should make sure, which we've already talked about, that you have your pictures. 16 3x4s, and then we have 43 4x6s. So cut those apart, get them ready, and get them inked. Now we have two pieces of paper here that are exactly the same. So we have the polka dotted flower, and then we have the words. This right here we're going to take and we're going to cut it into different size circles. So we have the 2-inch circle, we have the 1.5-inch circle punch, and we're going to cut 8 of each one. So let's go ahead and start that. Now when I do this, I definitely like to turn my punch over so I know that I'm getting a full circle. So we got 1, 2, 3, and when I'm not sure like how much paper I'm going to use, I always nip off the excess and then I keep going. So 4, 5, oh, can't get in there all the way. So I'm going to try from this side. 5, 6, 7, and that wasn't a full one. So I'm going to make sure when I use this, I have it off. But you actually, if you make a mistake, you have plenty. So that's 8. And I'm going to cut one more just because then I don't have to worry about that little piece. And I will pretty much get rid of this for the time being. So this one is all good. Some of the circles are going to be halves. Some of them are going to be 3/4. So there isn't any reason we couldn't use these edges. So don't throw anything away until we're absolutely completely done with the book. But that was my 2-inch circles. So I have 8 of them, and we're only using the verbiage side. So you can go ahead and close that up. Get out your 1.5-inch punch, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. 8, 1, 2, get a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you have about that much paper left over. So if mistakes are made, not a big deal. We can just punch another circle, which is nice. So now with these, let's go ahead and ink them. Let's get everything ready and prepped. We'll just ink these ones quickly together. Now, when we are putting this in the album, I don't mind the verbiage being like a little tipped, you know, left or right, but I definitely don't want to see it like upside down. So we're going to be cautious of that. Make sure that we don't use circles and put them in spots where the verbiage is like upside down. And if we find that happening, because this one here is a little bit more of a difficult one. We've got words going in different directions. So I might use that one for a 1/2 or a 3/4. Okay, once we've got those done, let's set the ink aside because we should be pretty, you know, almost done with that besides for the album. So let's grab our album out and open it up. Now this is Simple Stories limited edition purple album. So if you like the purple albums, you know, we have them in stock and you can buy extras because they're not going to continue to make these, unfortunately. I love the purple and I really, really wish they would just make a craft one, the same kind of color of this. Could be lighter, darker, but, you know, very similar because that would just be so nice. So pull out this purple album. I always bend my cover because it's, you know, it's fresh so that it's flat like this. We're going to open it up and we're going to take out all of the inside pages. Now, I didn't ink these inside pages. Normally I do in the albums, but I didn't do it in this. I chose not to, besides the front cover one, which is the diagonal stripe. So I'm going to be consistent and do exactly the same thing. I'm going to grab the purple one. I'm going to grab this diagonal stripe. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it to a 6 inches this way. And I'm just going to confirm that because it has been about, yes, it is. It has been about 4 days since I really created this album that I'm doing your guys' video. The holes here, we're going to leave. So I want to put this in my trimmer at 6 inches and then make it cut, and then cut it. Oh, I just did it wrong. No, don't do that. I want the holes. Oh, darn it. I can't believe I just did that. I talked you through it and I did it the wrong way. So again, put the holes on this side. We do not want the holes cut off. And I just made that mistake. Please, you know, do not do that. So I'm going to have to make sure whatever I'm doing now, I'm covering it up so it'll be a little bit different. And let me show you. Just so you guys see, I use that extra diagonal stripe right here. So now I'm going to have 2 holes on mine and I'm going to have to edit it a little bit so that I cover these up. Mistakes are made, and when they are made, all we do is change it up a little bit to fix our mistakes. So the holes should have been attached. Ugh. Well, I hope I don't keep that up. It's going to be a long day of videoing if I do. This piece right here, I want you to ink. So all you people that are always like, oh, Shannon doesn't make any mistakes. Oh, please. But mistakes, honestly, with scrapbooking are not a big deal. I don't cry over about it. I don't worry about it. Raising your children and making mistakes, that is a big deal. So let's not worry about the scrapbooking. We'll just cover it up. So this is going to go on our front cover. So let's set it aside and look at what else is in our album that I want to start with. So I'd like to start with the plastic page protectors and get them all prepared and ready. So set the book somewhere else and pull out all your plastic page protectors. I wanted to make this album very, very simple, and I wanted most of the photos in the page protectors. So for this one, that's exactly what we're going to do, is start loading these up. One of the things that we have are the 6x8s. Sometimes I do a 6x8 photo and put them in there. And I really love the large photos, and you can do that too. But I chose on this one to do all 4x6 photos and to stack them. So that is why you have this very strange laser paper in there. You have 4 pieces of it because there is 4 6x8s. So what we want to do is pull out our trimmer, and we want to cut these 6x8. Now, laser paper is very thin, so I'm going to do all of mine at the same time. So we're going to go to the 6 and cut. And then we're going to go to the 8. So let me pull out my ruler. Get them lined up nice and straight. And take it to the 8. We're going to cover up this laser paper 100%. All it is a base to build on. And that's it. It's not ever going to touch a photo or anything like that. So grab out your 4x6 photos. Get your adhesive that you like to use. Of course, mine is the pink Tombow. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the photo mats on here. Covering up that laser paper, lining these up as precise as we could get them. Turn it over and do exactly the same thing. Once we have it like that, 4 photos, 2 on each side, we're going to take it and we're going to slide it in that 6x8 page protector. So we're just getting these pages ready to go into the book with all the pictures on them because they're all very consistent and very simple. Excuse me. Oh, I need to get my favorite beverage. All right, let's see. Line it up on here, cover up the laser paper. You're going to do this 4 times. I know I'm not putting very much adhesive. When they go in page protectors, I don't really worry about it so much, but I absolutely go crazy with the adhesive when it's something that people will handle and not under a page protector where it's protected. All right, 2 more. Now, if you have some where you're seeing the laser paper for lining up, all I'm going to do is right away trim that off because I do not want to see that. There's no reason for it. I've got a little bit up here, so I'm just going to trim that off too. And I probably didn't have that laser paper straight on my trimmer or something, or it slid when I cut all 4 at the same time. Yeah, I think the paper slid because this one did the same thing. Just trim off if you have any excess that's not covered. You can give it a little bit of an ink to clean it up. And that is great. All right, so there is our 4x8 or 6x8 pages that go into our album. And then we have the ones that are just 4x6s. 2 4x6s. We're going to take 2 pieces, put them back to back, and slide them in. And this is the same thing that we just did. If you decided that you wanted smaller pictures, you could, you know, cut these in half and make 2 3x4s on each one and get more photos. There is a lot of pictures in this book. I believe it's like, okay, so there's 16, 43. So that is going to be 60, what is that? Or no, not 60, sorry. That's going to be 59 photos. That's a lot of photos. Wait, that's my total. My math is wrong. 69 photos. All right. You guys do not match. You don't watch me for my math skills, obviously. Okay. Now we have our 3x4s and our 5x6s, or our 4x6s. So same thing. Fill one side with your picture. And then we're going to fill one side with the 3x4s. On that side, it's going to be those 3x4 cards that we cut apart out of our 6x8 pad. So back to back. And we never include the matting paper in our kits because you may want to change your color. Purple would be nice in here. Craft would be nice in here, depending on, you know, what you want it to look like. And, I mean, you don't have to mat at all if you don't want to. You do you, I'll do me. Okay, love it. That was fast, that was simple, and we've got all of our plastic page protectors ready to go. So now we are going to start assembling our actual album. We're going to take care of getting it in order, getting all the paper in, and then we'll go back and do the embellishments. So grab the book out that we just had and get yourself cleaned up and lined up. Make sure you've got your photos ready. Make sure you've got your inserts to your books ready so that, you know, they're easy to find, which I've got mine. And your 3x4 cards should be ready for you. Your little piece here that's on the back cover. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but we'll find out. And then the 6x8 pad. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cover these pieces. So in your 6x8 pad, I want you to find the two pieces that have the blue and purple gingham. So let's find both of those pieces. Let's see where my other one is. Good morning, Funky. I'm not alone today. All right, oh, where is it? Maybe it's on the wrong side, but let's just check. I thought I turned everything the right way for myself. What's on the other side? That's always a good thing. Oh, I'm sorry. It's one of these, and then it's one of the pink and orange. There we go. So the pink and orange is going to go over here. The purple and blue is going to go over here. We're just going to glue these right to the cover. Now, this is the time to really, like, put the adhesive on. Make sure the edges are not going to lift. You know, you shouldn't, when you make one of these albums, you don't want to be afraid that things are going to lift up. So purple up top, go right next to the binding. Oh, that could have been better centered. Okay, that will make me crazy. So now I have to fix that. One of the other things that I love a palette knife for is actually sliding it underneath here, but I just cleaned mine and pulling things up. But with this type of adhesive, one of the best things is if you get it up right away, it's not permanent. But once you let it set up, it is done. Make sure you add more adhesive when you pull stuff up. So now I'm paying attention. I have it centered from top to bottom. Now I'm going to do the orange and pink gingham. And then for this, we've got the orange at the top. And the pink at the bottom. So there we go. All right, awesome. Two things done. So with that, let's move on to our very first page in the book, which is going to be a chipboard piece. So you've got your chipboard, and we want to make sure that we're using the one where the tab is at the top. So the first one is going to have the tab at the top. We're going to find our 6x8 pad that has Life is Like a Camera. So that's going to be this one here. Now I'm going to set my book out of view from you guys because we're not doing anything else right now with it. I never like to decorate the back and the front covers until I've got the insides done, just because I feel like we're just manhandling these too much to have that finished. So our first page has the Life is Like a Camera, focus on what's important and capture the good times, develop from the negatives. Such a really cute photography saying. New adhesive. And then I'm just going to turn this so that I'm giving top, bottom, and the right edge kind of the same space here, there, and here. Okay. And we're going to turn it over. And now we're going to find the diagonal stripe 6x8 piece of paper that we inked. I've got that. And do exactly the same thing. Let's try to make sure that we try to get the top, left, and bottom edge having the same space of that craft as best we can. And this one is done, and it can go into your album. And then the next thing that goes into the album is going to be one of your 4x6 solid pieces that has the 2 photos. And we can just drop that right in since we've already got it ready. We're going to use one of our album pages that has the little polka dot graphs on it. So pull that out. That is going to be one of the next things that go into the album. And right now, all I'm going to do is take one of my 4x6 photos and I'm going to pop dot it at the bottom. So we're not going to be working with photos on too many of these unless they don't have, you know, anything other substantial. But that's why I wanted all that to be ready for you. So grab your pop dots, 4 corners, middles. You don't need to cover every inch, but you need to make sure it doesn't collapse when the book is closed. This is going to go at the bottom, up 2 dots, and not covering up the hole. And then we can turn it over. Turning it over, we have our 6x8 piece that has the flowers on it. So on one side, there's the cream verbiage, and then on the other side, it's the flowers. So we're going to glue this down. Trying to make sure the edges are all even with the same amount of spacing the best that you can. There we go. And this has 2 3x4 photos that we can attach. So let's pick from that pile. We're going to hold heavy on the left, about 1/4 inch, and about 1/2 inch from the bottom. There's that. And we can set this into the album until we're ready to embellish and add our circles and all that fun stuff. So we need to find a 3x4s at the top, 4x6 at the bottom. And then we're going to look through our 3x4 cards. And we're going to grab the one that has "You Are the Season," or "You Are the Reason." Oh boy. "You are the reason someone will smile today." And then on the back side, it's going to be the one that says "Grateful" with the small roses there. So put them back to back and just slide them in that top left corner. And that's it. We can put it right into the album. We need our purple large dot insert from the book. So here is that. And this one, because there's so much layering that goes on here with small pieces, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to look at the back side. And we're going to grab our piece of pattern paper that has the leaves on it. Oh, this is so beautiful. It's probably one of the prettiest prints I've seen in a long time. I just love it. So let's take this. It's got the white butterflies on the back. Put adhesive on it and get it glued down for the time being. Just looking at my verbiage, trying to make sure it's upside down, or not upside down. I mean, sometimes I put it in the book upside down. I try not to, though. I try to look and see. Glue that down, giving your side and your two top and bottom the same. And we can slide it in the album for now. Our next one, grab one of the ones that's the 6x8, sorry, insert plastic page protector that has the 4x6s. That can just be put into the book. And then we have our white lined graph paper, which has the numbers on it. We're going to grab out the blue tab paper, which is this. On the back side is something that we've already used. We don't want to duplicate this, so we're going to use this side of it. Let's put this on, giving it our even edges. There we go. On the back side, we're going to grab the one that has all the little tags. So flip this over. And we're going to put the little tags on here. Oh, I have a sneezing cat. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but if you can, it's the cat. She's a little high maintenance. All right, and then we're going to cover up those letters, giving our edges perfect. We can grab one 3x4 photo and stick it in here because it's not affected by embellishments. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's put adhesive on a 3x4. And we're going to put it right next to that purple edge. And we are good. We can slide it in the album. Look through your plastic page protectors. Grab the one that has the two pockets for the 4x6s, so you'll have a space in between here. Once you have that, set it into the album. And we're going to grab a tab piece now, the middle tab. So with the middle tab, we're grabbing our 6x8 pad that has the camera in the center. I mean, this just sold me. I was like, that is phenomenal. Such a great, beautiful design. And we're gonna do the same thing that we've been doing all along. Try to give that right edge, bottom edge, and top edge the same spacing. And then press really nice. Flip this one over. And we're going to find our pink and orange gingham paper again. So, oh, I see it. So here is the pink and orange gingham paper. We're going to glue that on. Give your spacing the same on those edges, and then press, 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 and then slide into your book. Let's find a page protector that has the open slot for the 3x4s. We're going to look through our 3x4 cards, and we're going to find the one that says beautiful. That's going to go there. On the other side, we're going to find the one that has the tags, and it says you are amazing. Back to back, please. And slide that in the open slot. And then beautiful on one side, you are amazing on the other side. And and we can put it into the album. And now we're going to grab the large stripe purple one. We're going to grab our tag paper, which is this, and we're going to glue it down. Try to give your spacing even. Oh, this one's really like wanting to stick. Like, no joke, messing around. Down it goes. There we go. I want you to grab 2 3x4 photos, and we're going to get these put on. And we're going to go about here. Might be slightly high, but no big deal. No 2 pages are the same. Leave a little space in between, about 1/8 of an inch. And then that's it for right now. We can turn this over. And on the other side, we're going to do the white floral print, which is this here. And on the back side of that, it's your 3x4 cards. Oh, new adhesive. Okay, I always have my adhesives open. I try to anyways, have it ready to go. We're going to leave this as is and slide it into the album. I want you to grab a 4x6 piece that has the opening in the middle, the plastic page protector piece that has 4x6s. Slide that into the book. And then we need our graph paper, this one here. We're going to get our blue floral paper. On the other side, it says, so many beautiful reasons to be happy. Give this some good spacing. There we go. Turn this over. Can't do anything with it for right now until we kind of put all the embellishing together. And grab out your floral blue leaf paper and glue it to the back side. Camera's on the other side. It's such a shame to cover this up. We already have it once in the book. We do not need it again. And this blue floral print is just beautiful too. Glue that down, slide it into the album. I want you to grab the 6x8 plastic page protector that has no spacing in the center and put that into your album. Your small purple polka dot. We're not going to do anything on this side, too many layers of the embellishments, so we can turn it over. And we're going to grab the paper that has the happy at the top and glue that down. So let's put it on here, spacing even. And I want to put on one of the 4x6s. So grab one 4x6. And we're going to put this on probably about 1/4 inch from the pink here. And it goes right to the edge because it's the same width. And that's it. Go ahead and slide that into the album. Let's grab a page protector that has the opening for the 3x4. Get your 3x4 cards out. Find the Celebrate Every Day and the purple butterfly at the top, gingham on the bottom. Put it back to back and slide it in there. Celebrate Every Day, soar on the other side. And we can put that into the album. Grab our last piece of the lined graph paper. And we are going to use the one that has the cream colored verbiage on it. Oops, what did I just, oh, pop dots. I'm knocking stuff off. Glue this one on. Press it down. Let's grab our 4x6 piece. I think it's my last, oh no, there's more over there. It's like, wow. But we are really rolling through all of these pieces, dwindling down our piles. Always nice. So we're gonna go up about an inch and glue that down. Flip it over. And on this side, we're gonna find our other diagonal stripe print, which is this one. Now, I did not ink this side. I think I flipped it the wrong way into my pack. So I'm just gonna, you know, because I went through them with you guys and told you what size to ink, but here you go. Mistake number 2 in this album. I turned this to the wrong side. So just ink it, give it some color. I need a little ink on my pad. And my little pilly things, get rid of those. And we're going to glue this down. I was looking at the words in it. They were upside down that way, so we're going to do it this way. All right, from there, throw it in the book. Grab your 4x6 page. It's the last one that has no gap in the center for the 6x8 page protector. 4x6 photos, and set that into your album. We have our last craft tag piece where the tag's at the bottom. Tab, not tag. We're going to glue this down. So many beautiful reasons to be happy. So true. Press, press, press. Flip over. We have our real pretty green piece that we've used before. We're going to glue that on the back side. And with this one, just real close to the edges, but evenly spaced the best you can. Can't do anything else with this, so throw it into the book. You have your last page protector, and it should be, you know, 2 4x6s with the opening in the center. We can put that into the album. All right. And then guess what, guys? That's it. That is it for all of our pages and page protectors. So I'm just going to snap that. We're good. Now, at this moment right now, with the pieces we were working with, you should have this piece of paper left over. I did not use this. Hang on to it, though. If you decide to use it, that's great. I did not, so I'm going to set mine aside. You should also have 2 more 3x4 cards. I believe I do use these in a book, so hold on to those. And then you have your pictures that we're going to do later. This piece for the back side of the album, let's get this on. There's no reason not to just kind of get it out of the way. So close your book and let's look at the back side. I'm going to turn my finished one around just so I make sure I do it right and don't make another mistake. Let's get adhesive on this. More is more. This is a back side of an album that people are going to be handling, touching. Holy cow, am I really out of adhesive again? Yikes. I am not afraid to use my adhesive. When you put this much work into something, you do not want it to fall apart or to be, you know, the edges curling, so on and so forth. So we're going to put this at the bottom about 1/4 inch right to the edge, just like that. Let's take care of our purple diagonal piece, the one that I really messed up on. So doing this, I'm gonna have one hole that I have a problem with, but don't you worry. I'm good at covering stuff up. If you followed me and you've got yours cut this way, let's not worry about it. So this needs to be cut 6 inches. So put it on your trimmer, cut 6 inches. I do not use this piece. I'm gonna throw it away. Ink. And then let's take that and glue it down. And then I'll just make sure you never notice that that was there. And that's going to be it for these. So I'm going to turn it back over. On this side, we can get rid of our purple diagonal piece just so that, again, it's something that's not hanging around and it's glued down. Oh, mine is way over there. So let me grab it real quick and we're going to glue it down to the front cover. So we ink this together, we cut it. And now we're just going to get it into place. Lots of adhesive. Pull your book into view and glue it right to the edge. Right to the edge, just like that, trying to even up the top and the bottom. This side is bigger. I needed to do that. All of this stuff will get covered up pretty much if you're not 100% on it, but you know, no big deal. Okay guys, that is good for our album. So 40 minutes it took us to get all the paper product parts into this book. That was super fast, nice and easy. Now, going for the hard part. This is the home run stretch of putting these embellishments on because there is a lot. So what I want you to do is get your book set in front of you, get all of your embellishments out into piles, and get ready to rock and roll. All right, now I have my album out. I've taken out the pages that we did because we're gonna be doing them one by one. So set them into a pile up above you. Get out your words and out of the package and get those ready. I've got my bits and pieces with the flowers. I've got my other bits and pieces, and then I have like the big frames and tags and tickets that they have here into a pile. I've got my circles over here. Everything is ready to go. My photos are ready. I've got it all laid out, and we're gonna start putting it together. So on this piece right here, we're gonna need a 3x4 photo on the left-hand side. So let's go ahead and just kind of get that ready. We're going to need the life word. Now, a lot of times when I'm doing these and I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna place it, I just cut them out on the sheet. So I want the word life, and I want life is beautiful too. So I'm just gonna set that. I'm not using all these other pieces, but I will eventually. So that is part of it. We need to find the big purple, is this like a Black Eyed Susan-ish type thing or something? That's gonna go on here. We have one of our bees that's gonna get pop dotted. And then this yellow flower sprig that kind of goes underneath like this. And then we're gonna have, there's a small flower with like a little pink on the end of it. Oh, here it is right there. We need this. Lots and lots of pieces. Simple Stories loves to give us pieces. We have our little leaf that we're using, and we're gonna need our circle template and our zig writer. We need one of the open leaves chipboards so one of these that we're gonna cut apart and use. And that should be everything to start this side, kind of. Almost everything. There might be something I'm missing because there's like these little caps locks and backspace type stuff that we're gonna do. But we'll do that in a second. So what I want you to do first is slide all that to the left And we're gonna get out our circle template and our zig writer. And we're gonna start with that first. So I've got mine here, and we're gonna be using, first we're gonna be using the number 8. You should always have your templates labeled. Biggest, smallest is 1, and then they go around, the biggest will be 9 on your circle template. So we're gonna be using number 8 first. We're gonna take our zig writer, the small end, and every time we use it, we're gonna be doing 2 small circles. So I'm just gonna place this, draw a circle, move it slightly, and draw another circle. Okay, and then we're gonna take number 3, and we're gonna do that towards the top. Slightly off-centered, draw. We're gonna use number 2 right down here where our photo is gonna go. Doot, doot, doot. Like that. Now before we start doing the dotting and stuff, I like to get my stuff on. So then I'm not like dotting and dashing too much and wasting my time with that. So we're gonna grab our 4x6 or our 3x4 photo, get our pop dots out, which I threw on the floor earlier. There they are. And we're gonna pop dot this picture. And it is gonna go very close to that purple lining, but you do see some of the paper part right there. And we're just gonna put that on. And then from there, I'm going to do the purple flower, and the purple flower goes on about like that, and it is a little over the picture. So I'm not gonna put any adhesive right here, but I'm gonna pop dot this. So I'm leaving this open because it goes underneath the picture a little. Or over top of the picture, actually. You can put it underneath if you don't want to deal with it. But I like to sometimes have things on top of the photos. I'm gonna set that right on, just like this. We're gonna take the yellow sprig. That's gonna get tucked in here, but where the pop dots are, I don't have any room. So I'm just gonna snip it with my scissors, put adhesive on it, and then slide it in, just like this. I've got the cute little bee that gets pop dotted. So I'm gonna take him, put one little pop dot on him, and then set him down right there. This little pink sprig, we're gonna pop dot. Now this is small, so again, I always love to use the bigger pop dots, but then give myself some small pieces. So we're gonna pop dot this one. You can slide that in, just like that. We've got this little guy that I'm gonna tuck into the picture, but I don't need the whole thing. So I'm just gonna snip it here first, and then slide it in like that. It's flat. All right, perfect. Let's grab our life word. Now, I always like to put more adhesive on these. Sometimes they stick great and sometimes they do not. So I never give them that chance to not stick. In these types of albums, I always put a little bit more adhesive on them. You could use the liquid adhesive, or you could use the one I'm using if that's what you have. I'm just gonna set that on there in that top left corner. Grab Is Beautiful. We're gonna put this right here. And then I don't use this for anything, so you can get rid of these two pieces or hold on to them if you would like to try to use them somewhere else. Find the little thing that says backspace We're gonna put this on right here. Okay, and then I can set that other piece aside because we'll be using them later. We're gonna cut this apart. So we're gonna cut right here, if I can, and then one little single one, which is gonna be this. I'll use this later, so set it aside. Now here is where I would use my liquid glue. So let's pull out the Nuvo, get it ready. And I'm gonna pull this. I just love how small this nozzle is. I'll go around the edges, set it back in the holder so that it's always ready. And I'm gonna tuck these right in here and press. Do the same thing to the single leaf. He gets tucked in over here. I just press those down for just a second. They should be good. And I think we got everything on this one. There's lots of little layers. So now we're gonna go back to the dotting and dashing. Now for this album, I'm not gonna dot and dash every single page because you guys have seen me do that so many times. So I'm gonna do this one, give you a real good sample of how it's done. And then for the rest of the album, we'll just be drawing the circles. So I like to do 3s, 5s, 2s, 1s, and you can see how I hop around. If you're doing 3s, it's a triangle shape. If you're doing 5s, it's a cluster. If you're doing 1, if you have a word like I do, we will heavy dot with the larger side on that. But it is super important that when you're doing this, you hop around. You don't start at one spot and keep going, because if you do, it'll look like that's exactly what you did. Now grab the fat side and do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna heavy dot there because I had so many little words. All right, awesome. Done and done. This page is done. Now let's go to our back cover and get that all finished. Oh, just drop that zig. We're gonna need it a lot. Okay, the back cover here, we're gonna find us a 4x6 photo and we're gonna pop dot it. But let's find some of our other pieces first. So we have the real big, pretty purple and pink flowers. So one there, one here. We need one of our chipboard pieces that is solid leaves. So here's that. There is a beautiful green butterfly on a sheet that we will need. That's where the words are. So we're gonna use him. Just gonna set it there for a second. We have the word together that we did earlier. So that will go on. And then we need to find the tag that says one of a kind. So locate that in all your tiny little pieces. There's no great way to separate these ones, to be honest. It's just a matter of digging through them. So there's our one of a kind. And that is everything that we need besides doing the circle first. So let's set this in a pile to go on in a second. And go ahead and get out our circle template with our zig writer again. And we're gonna be doing circle number 8. Or I'm sorry, circle number 7. I know mine's upside down, but that's just, I don't really care which way it goes. It's a circle, doesn't matter. So we're gonna do it about 1.5 inches from the edge. Now you're only gonna see the bottom section of this, but you still should, I like to draw the whole circle kind of thing. So there we go, that's it. And we can put the zig away for a second. Grab our 4x6 photo and let's pop dot that. going to go really heavy to the left-hand side there. About 1/4 of an inch. Oh, that should be up slightly higher, so I want to get my word together on there. So I'm just going to pull it off real quick. Boop. And put it up higher. I want about 1.5 to 2 inches here. Make sure it's straight. There we go. That's better. We're going to do our flowers. So grab those flower pieces. One's going to go underneath, flat. If you're hitting pop dots, no big deal. Just cut the flower until it tucks under where you need it. We're going to grab the tag that says one of a kind, and that's going to go flat. And that's going to go right to the edge here, about 1/4 inch from your photo, straight. There we go. We have that real cute butterfly we're using. Extra adhesive. And that goes here. And now we're going to pop dot our big flower. This is another one where I put it over top of the picture. So try not to put any adhesive right here. So I'm going to put my finger kind of like, let me make sure you guys can see this, so I know not to put anything there. Grab my pop dots. I'm going to get some more. Don't need my cut ones for this. Slide that underneath the photo with the stem. Perfect. We have our 2 more pieces of chipboard, so let's get that liquid glue going. We're going to slide this one in there. Do our word together. Now let's do where I was holding. There we go. Now if you like to use tweezers or something to hold these, I mean, I've had little instances where I drop them, so on and so forth. So if you have tweezers to hold this, that's great. If not, you know, it is what it is. Now the together is on. Go back to your dotting on this little circle, and then you're finished with this. Now, done with this for right now. So let's take this book and set it aside and get our very first page that we did, very first insert, and we're going to grab our circle template. We're going to use circle number 7, and we're going to outline this flower right here. With circle number 7, and then we're going to do circle number 3 right below it. And that's going to be good for now. Do your dotting and dashing. And once you have your dotting and dashing done, we're going to grab a couple of the sticker pieces that are the foam. One of them is this green butterfly, and it's going to go over top of that other one. And then we have an ampersand sign or whatever this thing is. So let's find that. Same thing. It's one of the foam pieces. And that's going to go here. Okay. And we can turn this over. We need a 4x6 photo for this one. So that's going to go at the bottom. We need to find those journaling cards. One of them looks like a thing that goes into books, a library card. So there's our library card. we're going to need to look at our circles that we punched out and grab one that is 1.5 inches. So we've got that. Doesn't matter which one you grab. Each one of ours is going to look slightly different. It's just, it is what it is. We need the, you know, that we had that one little piece still. So this guy right here is going to get tucked in there. And then out of our bits and pieces, we are going to find Just Be You with the yellow flowers, which I can see. Okay, so that is going to go on there. And then we have our foam piece that is a typewriter tag that is the exclamation point, and a paper pink butterfly. So look through, it's the lighter pink color. Find that. I'm thumbing through mine right now, just like you guys are probably doing. So light pink, butterfly. That's not it. Ooh, so many pieces. It's so much easier when we get through some of these. Okay, where are you? And there's butterflies in both packs. So let's see if it's in, because it's a single light pink butterfly, which I don't see there. Could put all your butterflies in one spot. And maybe I'll do that now. Flowers in one spot, butterflies. We don't use any of the hearts. Where are you? Well, that is a really good question. Okay, let's take some time and look at what we got here. So all of the butterflies. I knew this one would be difficult finding pieces just because there's so many. Butterflies, bees, flowers. Oops. Leaves. Well, I'm going to start looking through the other one now, because I'm just missing it. Ah, there she is. Look at that. That's the one we're looking for. So it's in the one that has like the camera pieces and the journaling spots. Okay, good deal. We found it. So now we're ready to start assembling this. So we're going to start with our journaling card. Let's get adhesive on that. It's going to go in this top left-hand corner over top of the tag a little at an angle. Let's put our picture on now. Right to the edge, about 1/2 inch to 3/8 up. And we're going to do our circle template. So pull out your circle template, and we're going to do number 7 first with our zig writer. So right to the picture, off center, don't go over your photo mat. And then we're going to do number 5 right over here. Good deal. You can do your dotting and dashing now if you want, or you can wait until you layer it. Grab out that one circle that we had, and it's the one that we punched out, 1.5 inches. We're going to pop dot this. And that is going to go right here. Not centered, a little close to one of the edges would be good. And then this guy here, right on top, pop dotted. a little over top of your pop dotted circle there, but not much. Just be you. Our exclamation point. Just like this. We have our pink butterfly that we're going to fold. Once we fold that, we're going to put adhesive right where the fold is. The liquid is what I like to use. And then that can go there. Turn over your purple flower. I'm going to get rid of this little nub right here to make sure it doesn't stick out. And I will tuck that in just like this. Okay. And those are all the pieces that we need for this page. So we can set this into our album. One of the next pages that was in the album is the solid 4x6 ones. So we're not doing anything with these. We can throw that into the book. And then we should be pulling out this graph piece right here. I want you to look through your tags and stuff. Find the really big label one. Wait, is this it? Yes, ma'am, it is. I had it right in my hands all along. So here is your label tag. That's going to go right on here, about like this. And then we need the beautiful purple flower. That'll be tucked in. All the bees, I think I use all the bees left over here. So we've got this little guy. There should be 3 of them. We've got the one flying. And one more, which is going to go on the flower. And then the word lovely from our foam pieces. All right. And also tab clear. So tab clear is one of our foam pieces too. Set those right here so that we can use those. But we're going to start by putting down this piece right here. So get adhesive on that. And then you're going to tuck it in there sideways. Do not cover up the hole. Pay attention to what you're doing. I don't really want this off the page either. So I'm going to trim a little bit of this just because I can't get it into the book. Or not into the book. I can't get it underneath the picture. So there we go. I just trimmed a little sliver off and then I could get it in there. Let's do our circle. This is going to be circle number 4. Grab your zig writer, about right there. Perfect. Just one circle. Let's grab our word lovely. No, let's not do that. I want to do the purple flower first. So purple flower pop dotted. I'm going to grab out some of my cut pieces to get some of these smaller edges. There we go. And then this, the stem I'm going to tuck in and the bottom flower. Now I want to do that lovely. You don't have to add adhesive, but I definitely recommend it. Just make sure it's straight. I have my tab clear. That's going to get tucked underneath the photo. I've got one bee, this little guy right here that's flat on my flower. And then these 2 bees are pop dotted. So I've got the little guy that looks like he's grabbing the letter. I have the other one that looks like he's flying away. And then I used a purple, which I don't think I grabbed that. I used a purple chipboard piece that's solid. I'm going to tuck that in right here. And then that's going to be good for this page. Do your dotting and dashing if you haven't already. Turn it over. And we're going to find some tags. I don't know if they're technically not tags. I don't know what these things are. But it's in your packet that has all the little note card type things. So we're going to find this one. And we're going to find a smaller one. I see it right there tucked in. All right, awesome. Now I had you glue these down, and sometimes I do this. I glue them down and then take care of what's going to happen. So we need a green butterfly, which is this little guy here. And we're going to need the orange foam one, and then the word hello that is done in the typewriters. So there's the word hello. So those are the pieces that we need to continue this. Now this gets tucked underneath the picture, so I'm just going to put it at an angle that I want it. And this is just something for everybody that you guys can do. And I'm going to take my zig writer and I'm going to put dots. That's where I want to cut it. I'm going to grab my trimmer out. Never use your scissors for straight cuts. If you do, oh, you cannot be friends. And I'm going to put those 2 dots that I did on my trimmer. So there's dot 1, dot 2. Bring them to the metal. Where'd you go? There's that one. There's this one. And just cut it. I'm going to throw that out. There we go. Both of these little guys are flat, so just add adhesive to them. Set them on there. And now I want to draw a circle. So we're going to do circle number 5. Now whenever you have paper where you're touching, where it's raised, make sure you start and stop. Pick up your pen. There we go. Let's put adhesive on the hello and get that up top here. Adhesive on the orange foam one. And then the green one, we're going to use our Nuvo glue. We folded it, put the adhesive only in the center where the fold is. And then that goes over top just like this. And you can hold that on for a second so that it really has time to bond, but honestly, I don't worry about it. They seem to be just fine. All right, that's good, guys. We can put that one in the book until we're ready to glitter glue and gem. Your next page is already done, so that can be slid into the book also. Uh-oh, my album is falling down over here. And then we have our next piece, which is that large purple polka dotted that we didn't do anything to. Lots of pieces to find here. So the first thing we're going to grab is a 3x4 photo. And then we're going to grab out of the big, like, cards, we're going to grab the one with the little pink roses. And we're going to grab more out of there. We have our yellow tag. We have our pink tag. Our blue one, our green one, and then we're going to grab the word memories, which is dark green, and it's in that pile that has the bits and pieces with all of the words, not the flowers. Oh, I see it. So here's the word memories. And then also our typewriter love, our typewriter tab, our typewriter caps lock. Here is that. Okay. Oh, and you know what? In the beginning, I did not put the I on life. So let me just grab that back and do it real quick. I did this in my own album too. So put it right there. Grab that little I, put it there. I'm never a stickler for having the dots for the eyes and stuff like that, but if we have it, that's great. If not, oh well. It's just a small detail that I missed. Okay, so this one, we're going to have to do some layering before we do the actual photo and the circles. So let's grab this piece out and our blue one. And we're going to start putting these on the page layered where we want them. And then we have the pink, and then we have the yellow. So kind of like that. So I'm going to take my pink and yellow. I'm going to glue them together first. I'm not going to press hard though. So I'm just attaching them. And now I'm going to attach them to the rose card here. I'm going to grab the blue one, put it down, slide it back underneath there. I don't want it off the purple dot. Do the same thing with the green. Now we can glue this piece down. Ooh, I think there was a butterfly I missed. I did, but I see him. So we also need this butterfly right here. Now these are pretty close to the holes. Make sure it's straight. Boy, everything's at an angle, so there we go. Popped out your picture. Oh, let's do the circles first before we popped out our picture. So we're going to do circle number 2 up here. And then we're going to do circle number 3 down below. Okay, good deal. Now let's take care of that photo. Let's pop at it. It's really heavy on the left and towards the bottom. We have a paper memories that we can glue down. That goes right here underneath. And then our love typewriter. Tab. Tuck underneath the photo a little. Caps lock. The blue butterfly. Hold that down for a second. Okay, awesome. One of the reasons why I made the photo part of this so simple is because I just thought there's just so many layers and pieces to the embellishments that I wanted to keep the plastic page inserts and the pictures so simple so that we could just roll through the rest of this. So now here we have a lot of circles going on. So I think we're going to start with that and then we'll pull out our pieces. So grab your template and we're going to do circle number 8 first. Really close to the edge, about 1 inch from the top to 1.5 inches. And then we have circle number 5 up here. We're only tracing to the green. Don't get it on the purple. And then down here, we're going to do circle number, just want to make sure, number 7. Okay, perfect. So that's what we want it to look like. And now we're going to find all of our pieces. So in that one set that has the journaling cards, we need this. We're going to need the purple tag, which is that. We're going to need a 3x4 photo. We need the perfect day, and that looks like this, but it says perfect day. Okay. Where did you go? So many little pieces. Yeah, there it is. So it's pink and orange. Perfect day. A yellow butterfly. That's going to go here. We're going to do 1 paper pink butterfly. That'll go there. And then one of the foam ones, which I just found here. Slide this stuff to the side. And then we need circles. We need a 2-inch circle one that we punched out. And then we need a 1.5-inch one that we punched out. And we're going to cut that 1.5-inch one, and we're going to do the same technique. So let's start with that. Let's mark it with our zig writer where we want to cut it. Grab our trimmer. Put those black dots as close to the metal bar as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. The top of that circle, we're going to get rid of. And the bottom one with the verbiage the right way, we're going to glue down. Awesome. And now we can start gluing down all these other little pieces. So I'm going to start with that journaling card. And I want to make sure my lines are straight. So I'm going to straighten out my page. Let's get this closer. Oh, I hope I have everything in view, but if I don't. So lines straight. I want to put on this purple tag now. And now my photo, which is flat. And really close to the edge of the green paper, about a 1/16 of an inch. I want that 2-inch circle glued down. The perfect day, we're going to pop dot. There we go. The yellow butterfly, we're using our Nuvo glue in the center of it. Our pink butterfly, we're doing exactly the same thing, the flower one. And then we're using the pink paper one. Wait. Adding it, or not paper, I'm sorry, foam. Adding a little bit of adhesive. And now we can go back and do our dotting and dashing and then put it right into the album. We have our solid, no space that we can slide into the album because we're not doing anything to these. And we're gonna grab our next piece that needs to be embellished. Find our postcard. We want the little thing that says, remember this. There it is. So we've got that. We need a 4x6 photo. The beautiful pink flower that's there. And then the one that's kind of, another, it looks just like that, but small with like a bud, which is this guy here. Oops. Let's go ahead and grab one of our open chipboard that we did, and we just need one little leaf. So I'm going to cut this one off. So I just need one. So I'm going to cut that off and then set it aside. And I think this is all the pieces for this one. Perfect. So let's slide them over here and start with our postcard. That's going to be in that top corner. Let's get our picture flat on. Now there's a lot of pop dotting that I did in this book and a lot that I didn't do. The book is pretty thick, so I don't recommend you veering too much from what I did. Otherwise, yours is going to be even thicker than mine, and it could be a problem closing it and things like that. Picture down. Let's grab that Remember This file tab topper. Grab our circle template. And we're going to do number 5. I'm sorry, number 4, not number 5. Number 4 down here. Okay. Dot dash if you want, or wait until we get the rest of the embellishments on. Pop dot this pink flower. A little far from the edge there, so. And then right here, it's going to be overlapping the picture, so I'm just going to pull that back a little. There we go. Let's grab that little bud and get our cut pieces on there. Tuck in the bud, overlapping on the circle. Get your leaf. Get adhesive on that. And we're going to tuck this in right here. Love it. Okay, now you can do your dotting and dashing and then turn it over. On the other side, we need a 3x4 photo. Oh, which we already put. Ha! Okay, lovely. Love when I've already got stuff done. So we need a 2-inch circle. We need the very biggest purple paper butterfly and then a little green one. Hashtag, typewriter button, ribbon key, and happy day. I'm not going to pull off the happy day because it's pretty big. I want to do my circles first. So let's set this over here and get our circles on. So I've got circle number 8. No, I'm so sorry. I keep doing it. Circle number 7 in this top right corner. And then we're going to do circle number 4, not running off the page, just to the edge of your pattern paper. And then circle number 3. Okay. Let's grab that really big word because it's a really big part of what this is embellished with. Put down happy day, and then we can pop dot our purple butterfly. that's going to go here. Use the ribbon key. It's almost like the little guy is landing on it. Hashtag key. But let's do our 2-inch circle first. So 2-inch circle is pop dotted. And now we can do the hashtag. And then the green butterfly folded in half. Put a nice bead of adhesive. And then that goes right there. And yeah, these will flatten out in the book, but I love to fold them in half and give them that little dimension. This is done. We can throw it in there. And then you should have your next page into the book, which is the separated 4x6s. Okay. And then, oh, this is one of my favorites. So the camera page with the verbiage is just gorgeous. Grab your circle template. We're going to start with that. We're really going to make this camera shine by giving it a circle with the zig writer around it. So we are using number 8. You're going to center-ish up the camera. It doesn't have to be centered. Okay, and then we're going to do number 5 in this top corner over here. Don't go off the page. And that's it. I would definitely wait to do your dotting and dashing because there's just such a big circle. So we're going to grab our white butterfly that is the foam piece. We're also going to do the Shine Bright here. And then we have quite a few little butterflies we need to find. So there's one green one that's paper. And there's a little tiny pink one. And all these small pieces. Oh, I hope that's him. Upside down there. And it is. It's actually like a peachish color, not pink. I'm sorry. Grab this right here that we're going to use. Now, we're going to use these 2 pieces here. And all I'm going to do is cut it straight. That's it. Set this one aside. And let's start getting these on. So the Shine Bright can be the first thing we do. And that kind of goes right underneath the camera. Make sure it's straight. The word bright should be as straight as possible. Let's do the white foam one so that one isn't sticking too long to our mat. We have a green one. We're going to fold it in half. Do a bead. And then the little peach guy. You should fold him in half. Do a little bead. There we go. This already is cut at an angle. And I'm going to slide it in right there. Don't drop it on your beautiful page. I love to do that, drop stuff on things. Okay, so that's it for this, besides doing your dotting and dashing, and now you don't have to do as much. There's still a lot though. So dot and dash, and when you're done, turn it over. On the other side, we have a 3x4 picture. Grab those journaling cards. And we're going to grab the one that says details at the bottom. Ah, there it is. It's always the last thing in my hand sometimes, I swear. Our orange little ruffly flower there. Green leaves. We need a purple solid chipboard piece. And then we have one of the butterflies that is the cream colors with the words on it. And the word dream, that's typewriter, but it's paper. So it's this little guy right there. Now we have lots and lots of words. So we're going to find them. It's going to be the word amazing, love this, important, and my heart. So here is my heart. Here is important, amazing, and love this. It's so much easier to find when you start making these pages and getting rid of a few. Yay. Look at, I'm getting rid of all these hearts because I just am not using them. So many pieces that these are the ones I want to use. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is get down all the details. So let's do that. Set everything aside and grab your little thing that says all the details. And we're gonna put this really close to the left, about 1/4 of an inch. And then it's about 1.5 to 2 inches up from here. So about like that. Let's take our photo and pop dot it. And that's going to go pretty much right above the details part of this. Great. And I don't want to do the circles yet. I know that they're easier to do, but because of how this is layered, I want to make sure I get all my layers in the spots and I don't cover up my circles too much. So grab the dreams and you're going to tuck that in there a little bit. Love this is your next piece. It's going to go right above the dreams, about a really small 1/16 of an inch. We're going to grab amazing and pop dot it. And then we're going to grab important and we're going to pop dot that. I'm going to grab my heart, which will go under. Okay, all good, all straight, very important. Let's get rid of the rest of our paper pieces pretty much. So grab the leaves. Those are going to get tucked in there. Grab your peach flower, pop dot it. Some of it's overlapping, so make sure you don't put too much pop dots on one of the sides. There we go. And then a purple flower, not a purple flower, purple chipboard leaves. Okay. And then we want to do our circles now, and then that very last butterfly. So we're going to do circle number 2 first. Circle number 3. Don't go off. And then circle number 3 again. Great. Let's get that butterfly on, and then you guys can dot and dash. So grab that cream color butterfly, fold him in half. He's going to get glued right here. Just like that. And now you can dot and dash this whole thing. Easy peasy. Lots of pieces, lots of layers. Okay, put that piece in the book once you've dotted and dash. Grab your next page, which is the one with the 3x4 cards, the beautiful. Let's go ahead and throw that into the album also. And our next embellishing one is going to be this one here. So we need to grab a green flower, the Just Be You, which is the foam piece. Let's put this over there. We have the leftover cut piece of that purple chipboard. That's going to be on a part of the page here. We're going to do a 1.5 inch circle, and I believe the word wonderful we're going to use, and then that's going to be good for this one. So let's start with our circles here. So grab your template, and we're going to do number 7 up at the top. And then we're going to do number 5 over here, right above your page protector hole, or not page protector hole, but the hole for your page. And then that's good for your circle template right now. Let's grab our green flower and pop dot him. I am actually going to need to open pop dots, so let's do that. Perfect. Just a smidge of this is over top of the picture, so just don't go too close. Oops, put that back down. Don't go too close to the edges. There we go. Let's go ahead and put on our 1.5 inch punched out circle. And the Just Be You foam piece. Wonderful foam piece. And our chipboard leaves that are open. Tuck them right in here. If you hit something, just trim it off. That's what I'm going to do because I want it in a little bit further. So I just took a little bit of that stem off to push it in. There we go. Dot dash your circles and then throw it into your album. Oh no, don't throw it into your album. Turn it over. Turn it over. So lots of pieces here. So we need our 4x6 photo. Got it. We need our 2 blue daisies. This one, and then also the one that is got the purple butterfly and the word magical. We're going to use our friends. Is it? No, it's friend. We're going to use the word friend on this one. We're going to use the date, which is one of those file tabs. Oh, there it is. So date, we need one of the printer card things. I know there's words for these, but I don't know them. Journaling card. No, they're not journaling cards. Whatever. And then also we need our plus and equal sign of our typewriter. And 1 open leaf. So I'm going to grab a new one. I'm going to use this 1 open leaf that I'm going to just trim off. Set the cut one aside, and we are ready to assemble. A lot of this we're going to do in layers like everything else. So let's grab our little, dollar fine for books returned without date cards. Uh-oh. Let's put that in over here. We can go ahead and grab the blue daisy and put that in about right there. And then our picture can go on now. And this is flat. put your date. Uh-oh, more adhesive. How do you know when you're doing a lot of work? You use a lot of adhesive. Date is going to go right here, right next to the photo. Let's pop dot the purple butterfly with the blue flower that says magical. And that's right here. Let's grab our chipboard piece. That is the little leaf we cut off. And we can tuck that in here. Oh, okay, we're gonna hit pause because I don't know what that is. Okay, that was the smoke alarm. We're not sure what's happening or why it's going off, but it's fixed at the moment. So let's get back to what we were doing. So let's grab our circle template now, and we're gonna put our circles on that we need. So we're gonna need circle number 5 up at the top here. And let's grab our zig writer. As many of you know, I live in an older home that we're remodeling, and it is a surprise every day, every single day. And then we're gonna do circle number 3. Right about here is great. Let's put the rest of the things on that we have. So we've got our plus, oh, Lord have mercy. That just like flew. Oh, I think I see it. All right, got it. So we have our plus sign. We have our equal sign. That's gonna go here. Let's do the word friend. Gently set that on right up top here. Push. And that is all of our pieces for right now. Dot dash and then set it into your album. Our next page is the open that can go into the book. And then we have this one that we're going to be working on, which has a 4x6 photo that we're going to put on. It has a 2-inch circle. It has a 1.5-inch circle. We have the and sign, which is the foam. And we also have the return, which is also foam. Purple foam butterfly is going there. And then the paper hello, which is the paper hello that is the same thing, which I'm not really seeing here, but what's new? Oh, and that's my child home today. Where is that? All right, there's really not many pieces. Did I already use that hello? No, I did not. Why do I feel like I did use it? Okay, I might have to hit pause again and find the hello because I'm not seeing it, and I'm down to, there's still quite a few pieces left, but we're really getting down to the bare minimum here. It should be easy to spot, and I don't, so hold on. All right, I really have no idea where my hello paper piece went that was underneath here, but it's a typewriter sign that says hello, and mine is definitely missing. I've lost it somewhere, but for me, it's not a big deal. You're gonna have it, so just make sure you put yours on there. But let's start with this 2-inch circle. We're gonna glue that right at the top, right here. And then I'm gonna actually move that down a little bit. I want a little bit of space, probably about a 1/4 inch. There we go. We're gonna put our 4x6 photo on flat. about a 1/8 of an inch from the edge. You put your hello right here if you have found yours. And then now we need to put on the 2 or the 1.5 inch circle. And now we're going to use our circle template. And we're going to trace around these. So we're going to do circle number 6. And then we're going to do circle number 5. Or no, I want to do circle number 4. I want it tighter, sorry. Circle number 2. Good with our circle template at the moment. We can grab our foam purple butterfly, add adhesive to it, put that on, and also our foam return, our foam and sign, and then from there you can do your dotting and dashing. I'm going to turn mine over and grab out some of the other layers we need for this side. So I need the 4x6 piece that has all the butterflies. I need the postcard that has the 2 tiny butterflies up on the right hand side. The very big floral print that has the purple flowers on it. We're going to use the word beautiful down here so we can get that ready for us. And then the foam green butterfly. I want to use a couple different leaves. So we're going to do a solid leaf, and that's going to be in here. And then I have one that I started to cut, and I'm going to use these 2 pieces right here. Doesn't really matter which side you use for this one, but that's what I'm picking. And then I think that's it for this one. So let's go ahead and get started by gluing the pieces together. So the first thing that's going on is that postcard piece. And then our 3x4 film strip with the butterflies. And I'm going to put pop dots on the big purple floral. With the big purple flower print, it's going to go about just like that. Let's get the word beautiful on. We can do our foam green butterfly and our chipboard pieces. And then we've got our open leaf chipboard. And that's going to go over here, tucked in. And now our circle template. Circle template, we're going to use number 5 up at the top. We're going to use number 7 on the side over here. And I'm going to stop it because I'm got that other little piece here. There we go. And then number 2 right above the E and the A. Great. Now guys, go ahead and do your dotting and dashing. And you are ready to put this into the book after you've got that done. Our next piece is a solid 4x6. That can go into the album. And then our small polka dotted purple. We've got our card that we're going to use. We've got our 3x4 bloom card. We have the paper, this right here, a 1.5 inch circle, if I can pick it up. Good deal. A 2 inch circle down at the bottom. The word life. The word is a journey, which both of those are foam. The blue tag, tickets. There's lots of little tickets that were in here. And the purple one we're going to keep whole. This one we're going to cut apart. Ink those edges if you want. A really pretty paper pink flower. And then last but not least is going to be a 3x4 photo, which should be your last 3x4, I think, that you're working with. All of that is going to go on here. So let's smush it to the side for right now and start with the piece that has the file card with the butterflies and the words on it. So that'll go on first. Grab your 3x4 card. Goes on second. And then we have our 1.5 inch circle. We're going to pop dot this right here. Goes above that. Let's grab our tag, or our tickets, the purple one that's still attached. We're going to put that right here. And then we're going to grab the word, the 2 tags that are left, the blue and the beauty. And we're going to attach those kind of together like this so we can still see the word beauty. And that goes here. And I'm going to put a little adhesive on this photo so that I can attach this blue tag to it like that. And now put adhesive along the whole thing. All right. Make sure you can read your word beauty. If you cannot, you need to readjust where this is at. We have life. We have journey, is a journey. And then this 2 inch circle, this one I'm just gonna put adhesive on the top and then set it on there. Take my scissors, trim off the back side. There's lots of ways to do this. We could have did the dots again. And let's grab our circle template. We're going to do circle number 4. Circle number 6. Oh, let me push that up a little. Sorry if it's a little out of range, dots, dashing. And then I had a really pretty pink butterfly. There she is. Fold it in half. Put adhesive along that fold. And it's gonna go right here. There's all your pieces for this side. And we can turn that over. And then grab our next set of stuff. So there is that file tab that says documented that we need to find. And now that I've got these all over the place trying to find that one thing. Oh my, I am really losing things today. I don't know if they're falling on the floor. But if you see the one tab that says documented, that's great. We're gonna have that one butterfly with the words. We're gonna have shine bright. And then documented is gonna go right here if you have it and you see it. Oh my God, I know I've seen it. Like, seriously, things are just disappearing. My cats are stealing it. I'm sure it's them. Ha. I don't know where it's at. But when I get through some of these pieces, maybe somehow I'll find... Lord, where are you? Where are you? Okay, we're gonna keep moving on. I'm not gonna worry about it. So if you have the documented, I want file folder, that's gonna go right here. All right, and the shine bright. But let's set these aside and do our circles first, because we've already got the photo down for this one. And we're gonna do circle number 3. Circle number 2. Off the page. There we go. And then we're going to do circle number 4 down here underneath the photo. And our shine bright tag goes right here. Our butterfly folded in half, put adhesive on the fold, and then that's gonna go right here. Make sure his wings are not too far or not at all off the page there. And then once you have that, you can do your dotting and dashing and then set it into the album. Our next page is done for us, the one with the 3x4 cards, Celebrate. And now we have our chipboard, or not chipboard, our foam piece that says Celebrate Life. We have our purple hyacinths, I believe these are, that we're going to use on here. We have our leaves. There should be 3 little leaves that we're going to use, which are here. Awesome. And then Happy Memories goes at the bottom, and a yellow paper flower. Okay, so first thing we're going to put on is kind of these leaves and things. And what I'm doing is just sticking them to the Celebrate. About like that. Oh, see, things are falling all over the floor. It's a good thing we're almost done, guys, because I'm a mess at the moment. Put adhesive on that, put it right above the picture so that the word Celebrate Life is straight. Pop dot these 2 leaves. And we're just gonna tuck them right close to the printed Celebrate Life. I need a cut piece for this leaf. And that's gonna go here. Let's get our happy memories on. Our folded butterfly, the little tiny yellow one in the center. And then one of the things I didn't grab yet is the solid chipboard leaves. So grab a set of solid chipboard leaves. Excuse me. Put adhesive on them. And then tuck that right in a corner right there and press. We can grab our circle template now. We're going to use circle number 3 up in this corner. And then we're going to do circle number 6 down at the bottom. Great. Dot and dash these, and then once you're done, move on to the next side. So for this one, we've got a lot of little pieces that we've got left over. So we're going to do the today, enjoy the moments. We have a 2-inch circle that we're going to use. And then this little crafty or word verbiage piece. And our blue flower. We have one of these cut that we're going to tuck in there with a yellow foam butterfly. We're going to use the word friendship on this one. And then there should be a yellow paper butterfly. That's only a half of one that's going to go on. And a little pink tag thing. And, oh my, I know I had all these pieces. But I'm working in such a small confined space that everything is disappearing on me. Oh, there it is on the ground. Okay, at least I found this one. So then a little purple tag thing, just set it to the side because we have to do our circles on this first. So let's push all of this over. Grab our circle template. We're going to do circle number 8. And we're going to go pretty centered, but a little higher, maybe up at the top. So circle number 8. And then we're going to do circle number 6. I'll pull this over a little. All right. Circle number 3. Love it. Oh, Lord. Okay, so my template just grabbed half of my pieces I had out for you guys, and that could be what's happening here. So let's see. I think I have them all back, but who knows? We're going to find out in just a second. So with this, let's get the today and enjoy the moment on, because those are our most important pieces, biggest pieces here. So we're going to do today. Just like that, pretty centered on there. We're going to grab the enjoy the moment and then that little pink tab, have that sticking down there. Add adhesive, and then this goes on. Then we have our 2-inch circle with the words. That's going to go right here. A yellow butterfly pop dotted, so the half butterfly is going to be pop dotted. Let's pick them up, put them down a little bit further. Let's grab the leaves with the words on them and that are creamed color. And that goes here. Blue flower pop dotted. foam butterfly, chipboard pieces. Let's do our leaves first, the open ones. And we can tuck that right in here. Press it down a little bit. Get our word friendship. Ready to glue down. We're going to make sure it's straight. All right, like that. Oh my goodness, I need a drink or something. An alcoholic beverage sounds great. Too bad it's really early in the morning. Okay, so that's it for this one, besides your dotting and your dashing. And we can set it into the album, which I love doing. I love when things are finished. The next page is a 4x6 with 0 openings, so that can go in there. That's always so fun when we don't have to do a darn thing to it. So many beautiful reasons to be happy. We're going to do our circles for this one first, and then we'll go back. Actually, no, I want the 2-inch circle. So we need the 2-inch circle. That's going to go down here. And then I also want the stacked butterflies for this one. And it should be a purple, a green, and a blue. Now I want to put the 2-inch circle on, so I'm going to do my technique of just putting the little dots where I want to cut it. And then grab my trimmer. Trim that off. And let's go ahead and glue that down. There we go. Let's pop dot these so they don't go anywhere on me and get lost, because I seem to be having a problem today. And get our circle template. We're going to do the circle number 6. And then we're going to do circle number 2. Dot and dash now. And as soon as you got your dotting and dashing done, turn it over. All right, we need our last 4x6 photo, which is here. We're going to be doing the word soar. And we have a white paper butterfly. We have these little film things. One's purple, one is blue, like that. Our pretty postcard and believe in yourself. That's also going to be on here. Once you have all of those pieces, we are ready to get started. So push them aside, grab your postcard first, and go ahead and stick that on. I'm gonna take, and I'm gonna, my 4x6 photo, and I'm gonna put adhesive just in that top portion, because I wanna see these guys kind of, oh, purple one first, sorry. So here, and then here, I just want to make sure I can read the words. That's good. Now let's turn this over, put adhesive on everything. And I'm going to go below where that white butterfly is. So wherever you put yours, just make sure a little bit below the white butterfly and that you're not covering up holes. We can grab the word soar. Believe in yourself. The white butterfly, fold it in half. Adhesive the center. And put that on. Grab your template. And we're going to do number 5 up at the top. Okay. We'll take this. We will turn it over. That is done. We can go put it in the book. And guess what, guys? Your last page is a finished one. And what we are ready to do now is get started on our front and our back cover. So I've got the book turned over. It's got all the pages in there, but I'm going to work with it this way just because I normally do. So in order to grab out your pieces that you need for the back cover, I want you to grab the Happy Memories. I want you to grab a 1/2 inch circle and then also a 2-inch circle. Now remember, I made a little faux pas on mine, which, you know, it is what it is. That happens. So I'm going to do this back cover slightly different. And, you know, no fuss, no muss. Nobody's going to know the difference. So take that 1.5 inch circle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by covering up as little as possible as I can with my circle. I'm going to take the 2-inch one and I'm going to put it right here, just like that. That's great. And now my circle template, I will grab and I'm going to go around. So we're going to do the 4-inch circle around, or not the 4-inch, the circle number 4 around this. I hope I don't hit the camera. Of course I do. I'm going to take circle number 6 and I'm going to go around here. And then I'm going to take circle number 3 up this way. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oi. I have the foam piece that says Happy Memories. I'm going to put adhesive on it. I'm going to put that right here, straight. And then I'm going to do my dotting and dashing and turn it over in order to do the front cover. So the front cover, let's get the floss on first. So I've got my floss out here and I'm just going to take about 6 inches to 8 inches, put it up so it's about right there. And I'm going to wrap it around the inside cover twice, making sure I'm looking on the inside and making sure nothing's stuck or holding it. And then I'm going to make the best knot that I can, as tight as I possibly can, right at the top. Scrapbooking is meant to be done with friends. So if you got a friend, tell them to put their finger there and hold it as tight as possible. Oh, pull. Come on. There we go. And I've got a very tight, so tight that I can't slide it. Ugh, there we go. Because this is where I want it. And I like to spread those apart and cut off the excess. So I only want like maybe a 2-inch to 1.5 inches of this black floss. I'm going to take the rest of it and I'm going to grab my paper Life Captured and I'm going to punch the hole out with this tag. And then I'm going to take the extra pieces that I cut off. I'm going to push it through, make a loop, and then send, oh, don't lose the end. Send the ends through. Just like that. And now I'm going to cut off the excess here, pop dot this. And you could attach this where it's tied up there. I do not feel the necessary, I don't want to do that. It's a big pain. And then I'm going to make it look like it's attached, but it's really not. Don't press too hard right here because I want to slide in some of the other pieces. So the first thing we're going to attach, because you don't have much left at this point, so we're going to attach this calendar piece. And that's going to go right here on an angle. And then I have a 1/2 inch circle that I'm going to attach right here. And I have a 2 inch circle. Thank you, James. All right, James has our gems so we can finish everything. I'm going to attach the 2 inch circle there. And then I have this really, are you really going to get tinfoil out and start making noise? Okay, we're going to stop for a second, ladies, because the child needs to eat. All right, so let's finish up this and get our circle template out. Let's do our circles around here. And we're going to use circle number 6 on the 2 inch circle that we did. And then we're going to do 2 rings just like we've been doing. We're going to do circle number 4. And then one of the circles I didn't put on is our last 1.5 inch circle, which is down here, okay? So I'm going to mark this here, there, cut it with my trimmer. And then glue that down. Right at the bottom. Just like that. Grab my circle back out, my circle template, do number 4. Okay, good, good, good. Now, I'm going to do the dotting and dashing with you one more time because this is where I'm going to also show you how to do the gems and show you how to do the glitter glue. So again, random. If you make a mistake, heavy, heavy dots there. If it's a little wurvy, it's no big deal. Just got to fix it. Use your fat side. Perfect. All right. Now, one of the things about this album, it's got a lot of layers on this cover. So I want to do my friends first. I want to make sure I've got enough room down here to do my friends. So I want you to pull out that chipboard piece and get the adhesive on it with your Nuvo glue, preferably if you have it. And we're going to put that down in this corner. We want it to be straight. Okay, so pay attention. Make sure that's straight. Great. So now we can go back and start layering in our other pieces. So I want you to grab the camera and I want you to grab the big flowers. And it's one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to put pop dots right here. So grab your pop dots And I want you to put like 3. Oops. And grab your camera and kind of glue it to it right like that. All right. Because these are all now going to get pop dotted. So the camera is getting 1 layer of pop dots. So wherever the camera piece is, I want you to do 1 layer of pop dots. And wherever the flower is, we're going to double up. So I'll show you that in just a second. Take off these sides. And do a second layer right on top of wherever you put pop dots. Use a lot. This is on the cover, and I want to make sure it doesn't, you know, fall off or get hurt or whatever. So I'm going to put some here too, and I'm going to double these up. And now I'm ready to take off everything. Oops. To glue it down. Okay, perfect. And then this is going to go just about like that. Awesome. Now we have our last foam butterfly that I want you to add more adhesive to and put right here. And then we have our last paper butterfly that's single. Fold it in half. Put adhesive on the center. And that's going to go right here. Like that. And then life documented. We're going to pop dot. So take your life documented and get a layer of pop dots all over that. I need to cut some more out. Take off that extra side. Okay, and we're going to put that right here above our flowers, straight. Oh my goodness, I love this album, so pretty. Our chipboard pieces are last. Grab your solid chipboard leaves, and that's going to go right over here. Now I'm going to move these little black threads and push that in there, and then they can go on top. We're going to take our last open one, and we're going to cut it. So the single leaf, the 2 leaves, and then we can start tucking these in. So put adhesive all over that. And this one, I'm pretty tight. So you know what? I'm going to get rid of that 1 leaf and just tuck 1 in here. My original has 2, but every time I do something, it's not exactly the same. So then I'm going to take my single leaf I don't use. I'm going to take the 2. Oh no, I do use that single leaf. Thought I did. Put adhesive on the 2 leaves. Those get coming out of this right there. Don't touch your friends. Make sure you've got some space. Grab your single leaf. And that can go right underneath there. tucked in. And believe it or not, that is it for the front cover besides the glitter glue. Now the spine that's on the side here, I always like to cover. And I'm going to do that with this last little tag here. I'm just going to cut off. All right, I'm sorry. Husband's home and he's on the phone, so we're going to wait a second. All right, everybody is an interruption today. So we're almost finished here. The spine, I always like to put something in there, especially if I'm giving it as a gift. They can change it out. So we cut this off. We're going to fold it just about an inch or so up, and then just take it and slide it right into that spine, just like that. Just so it looks like it has something in there. It's not, you know, by itself. So your cover is finished except for gems and glitter glue. So throughout your whole album, you're going to do the gems first, and then you do the glitter glue. So let's open up our pack of gems. If you happen to have a cute little tray, put them all in the tray, because seriously, for the first time ever, I used absolutely every single gem in the packet. So don't put too many, you know, make sure you go through and kind of do them all, a little bit here, a little bit there, and then keep going back and layering and adding so you don't run out of gems when you get to the last page, okay? So put your little gems in here, get your woodcraft tool out, and then I want you to get the Nuvo glue, because that's what we're going to be working with. And, you know, the gems for mine, for this video, I'm not going to go through all the gems. We're just doing the front cover for you today. But this video in the beginning has every single page that has circles, gems, and dots on it. So you guys can simply just look at those, hit pause, which is so fun and nice about doing these by video. But we're going to start with taking our Nuvo glue and adding dots. 1, 2. This is supposed to be random 2. So that's something, you know, you guys should kind of be paying attention to, is making sure these look random. Going around each circle. And then I'm picking up a gem and setting it on top of that glue. Now I never worry about what size it is. I just, whatever my tool happens to pick up, I grab and use. All right, that one, there we go. All right, with that, let's go on to the next one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. Pick up a gem, set it on that. One of the things I love about this little tray is I can go like that and get more that are turned the right way for me. And don't forget, we have these little trays that we will be selling. They will be black. It's not a pink one. Mine came from a special customer that gave it to me. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. I have to get these for everybody. All right, now we're gonna do the mermaid tail glitter glue. And again, this is gonna be dots also. Get it where it needs to be. And you're just dotting very heavy wherever there's not gems on these black circles. And you're gonna do this throughout the whole book. I didn't do glitter glue anywhere else. Now you can, a lot of times I like to glitter glue like the butterflies and the flowers, but I chose not to on this one. So your choice, your album, you get to make those kinds of decisions, but it should be that fast. So if you have gotten to this point, that's it, ladies. You need to go through, add your gems to your pages, and then put the glitter glue on. Now remember, do not add a ton of gems to each layout until you've kind of, you know, because I use pretty much every gem that's in here. I know my package was empty by the time I was done. And there's always, you know, those gems are measured out by weight. So there's always different amounts of gems in each one and different sizes. So don't try to do it exact, just close to what I have. And you can follow through with the layouts that are in the beginning of this video. All right, one more in the books, one more done. A new friends album, and it's ready for you to add beautiful pictures to. I hope you enjoyed making it, and we'll have another one coming out soon.